All right, so just another quick video. I kind of wanted to start off with this. This is the Thompson chain full yap edition, and as you can see, what a full yap does is as it's going against this corner or going against the seat, it will fold into itself to protect that text block. Not only that, but can you see the difference in the color? That's what I love about different hides when everything's handcrafted by leather. Just that, when you buy something, it's uniquely yours. It's a unique Bible. It's not like mass-produced Bibles. Definitely not like mass-produced Bibles. Man, you are getting a gem if you get a Bible from CBP, especially with their Platinum series and their Full Yap series. I mean, those Bibles are just all their Bibles are fantastic. I mean, even the vinyl Bibles, which I'm going to order a couple boxes, send them up to a prison up in New York again, which I haven't done in a while. And even their vinyl bound ones are sewn. I mean, you're getting the same paper, same print. It's just a vinyl cover, but it's still sewn. So what you could do is pay $12 for one of those, send it off to your favorite rebinder, which in my case, my favorite rebinders are Brother Jeffrey Rice, of course, Leather, tremendous, and you got Jeffrey Rice from Post Tenebras Lux. And who else can I vouch for? Oh, Diego Coloca. Everybody knows that he's probably the he's kind of like the, how can I say it? The Michelangelo. Well, so is Jeffrey Rice. I can't, and all these guys are. They just have their own way of doing stuff. So I really can't say one's better than the other. But I mean, you can pay $12, get a stitched vinyl cover, and have it rebound, and then they could add some color to it, and I think a couple of those binderies can actually add some gold gilding to it. So anyways, let me get into just a quick kind of first impressions like I did in the last video. If you haven't seen the last video, I cover the turquoise, the improvements on the print, the lining of the pages is a lot better now. And but this is important because once these Thompson chains run out, I don't know if you're going to get the same good print, because this is the best print, like I said in the last video, of the Thompson chain um, since I've been sane. Never been sane. I got 9 kids. No, since I've been saved, and I have not seen a better printing, except for maybe some older Thompsons, but it rivals even with the older Thompsons as far as the quality of it. So I do want to show you a color difference with the cranberry versus this particular edition of the Thompson chain full yap edition. Now, I noticed the Thompson chain, it seems like a little bit of a thicker text block. Oh, and by the way, if I didn't mention in the last one, which, like I said, I'll be doing more videos on these, the gilding's flawless. I mean, that's what you get. I mean, look at the corner gilding on those Bibles. They hand gild these with with a machine, but I mean, it's done by hand, if that makes sense. But yeah, you're just gonna get flawless gilding every time with Church Bible Publishers, and anyway, so on all three, but it does seem like it's a thicker text block. But if I could do this with one hand, I'm trying. It does meet. I can vouch for it. It does meet on all three corners. It's a full yap, definitely a full yap. And I have not broke this Bible in. This is one that I was kind of waiting for. One got in yesterday. This one came in today. As you can see, I have not broke it in. It's a little bit stiff, but it's also cold out here. So you do see, like I don't think I mentioned it in the last video, but the video before that I did. You do have your brown under gold art gilding. That's the spray they use to allow the foil to adhere to the text block. So you do have art gilding in these Bibles. Yes, it's not red, it's not salmon, but it's brown. But it looks really nice with milk chocolate, and it looks really nice with cranberry as well. But like I said, this is a 2018 printing. You do have all your helps in the back. If you haven't seen the video, the one before the last one I did, it'll go more in depth on the Thompson chain, and I'll even go more in depth in a future video. But as you can see, Thompson chain red letter is Thompson chain red letter, but this time it's consistent. It's not pink. It's a red. It's just a lighter shade of red. So if you're not a red letter guy, I'm sorry. To me, this does not bug me, and trust me, red letter usually bugs me, but what I love about the Thompson chain and this camera and the lighting I'm in is showing way more ghosting than what I'm seeing. So I just want you guys to know that. Because if you see my last video, I had better lighting and the opacity really just shone a lot better in that one. But I would like to see it more opaque, but this is the most opaque I've seen any of the printings since 1998. So this is just great. Oh, another thing about this, I'll mention it too, is like places where there are problems with the King James, where there's definite problems with the translation because of the limited amount of manuscripts they have. You're going to have, let me go to one that's very obvious when it talks about in Revelation, where it says they obeyed the commandments. Let's see if I can get here. See, where's it at? Hopefully I'll be able to find it. Look for an RV. Let's see here. Well, if I can find it here. Sorry, guys, I should have been. Well, anyways, you're going to have RV readings. In fact, I saw one back here where where it says that they, those who obeyed the commandments, something to that. I'm just kind of paraphrasing. Were given eternal life. It should read, as we know from all the manuscripts now, that they washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb. So your RV reading, like right here, it'll give you the RV reading, will correct the areas where the King James just had a bad translation because of limited manuscripts or just an actual translation error. So you do have your RV readings, which are nice. So this is probably going to be my main Bible that I'll be using as the Thompson chain. Just for that reason. Now that I'm not King James only, but I don't hate the King James. Obviously, if I'm going to be using it for my main translation, my church uses the ESV. I'm still going to take this to church. Now, during Bible study, I was at Bible study Wednesday. I finally found a great church I'm attending now and all that. And I brought my ESV Preacher's Bible, and I love the paper on that thing. But I did bring my ESV there. But if I had this one, I would have brought this with the ESV. That way, if there's any notes from my lesson, I would have probably wrote it in the ESV and then articulated those notes into either my turquoise or my Thompson chain or just maybe a journal. But anyways, guys, so this is just a quick look. I mean, look at those pleated corners. It just amazes me. And one difference between this and the turquoise full Yapp was, remember I talked about that the liner? This liner's still great, but this one is not as supple. So like I said, every hide's different. Every cut's going to be different. Where they cut it from the animal is going to make it different. But man, the Yapp on this one, I actually posted on Everything Bibles. I said, got Yapp? And I was showing a picture of the turquoise. And I like this. Listen, Bible rebinders out there. This is my personal opinion. I like this wide overlap. I don't like where it's real thin, kind of like with the long primers, just that real thin overlap. I like this thickness. I think that looks so neat with those pleated corners with that thick overlap. I like that better than I do the thin little overlap they do on other Bibles. I prefer this. So if you're a rebinder out there, I'm sure there's rebinders that could do it either way, but to me, this is more pleasing. If it is for you, let me know. Let people know, because I think this just gives it so much more character. And then, like on the last video, I said they added some stitching, which is not necessary because this liner actually meets up with the cover right here. So it's not underneath the cover right there. So it just meets up. It's measured to perfection and then inserted there. And it's not going nowhere, that's for sure. But this is more kind of like an aesthetic look, kind of like a how can I say this, 1800s or 1700s or something, kind of gives it that old cowboy rugged look where the gilt line is thread rather than an actual line of gold gilding, which I think is just amazing. I think it looks better that way, just for the style. Because I mean, you got rugged water buffalo, distressed cowhide. I think it looks cooler with the stitching as a gilt line than an actual golden gilt line. So just amazing. And of course, the hubs, AA leather, thumbs up, guys. CBP, thumbs up for choosing AA leather. This is an amazing Bible, and it's a blessing I get to keep these. So I'll be using them, that's for sure. And really just a blessing. So until my next video, which will be a little bit more thorough and talking about church Bible publishers and just the amazing work that they do, and give you some video from when I was back in Albuquerque, or Rio Rancho to be exact. That'll be the next video. So it might be a part 2 series, part 1 and part 2, just because I'm waiting for Rob to email me back on some information that I want you all to have. So if you're not supporting church Bible publishers, King James only or not, I'm not King James only. But these people are down to earth, wholesome, good, Christian, and I mean Christian people. They put me to shame. They put me to shame. I am. They're like a beacon. That their Christianity just shines, and it's kind of like something that you thrive to be as good of a Christian as them, and that's how it should be when it comes to older people in Christ that are doing the work of the Lord for so long. It's always good to have somebody to look up to and say, hey, if they can do it, I can do it, and just have that kind of vision. There's so many good Christians out there, and we need to have those in our life to help us with our walk. But support Church Bible Publishers. My honest, this is just my honest opinion. I would not, knowing what I know, and I don't think I can say everything. I don't think they want me to say everything that happened. I would not support local Church Bible Publishers. That's me personally. I know I'll get thumbs downs for that. That's fine. It doesn't really, it doesn't matter anyways. But I, if I could just say it, and maybe if I get permission to say a few things, I will. I would stick with Church Bible Publishers. I hope that doesn't cause any stigma or any kind of bad vibes out there or whatever. But I'm just telling you, stick with the guys that started the whole thing. The ones that had the vision, stick with them. I still take that stand to this day. And you know where I am when it comes to all this stuff. I disagree a lot with things that these particular people believe, but their main purpose is to get the Bible into the hands of people that don't have the Bible in their language and in the English language, which would be the King James when it comes to English, all around the globe. And these guys are doing it, and they're doing it with a smile on their face, Jesus in their heart, and just the mind of the whole globe and view. So until next time, guys, good day. God bless.